Okay, and welcome back, and thanks for joining us on the Mo Show on this rainy Friday afternoon. As Rudy always says, if you have a question or comment, please email me at maureen@WGSO.com. Now we have a real treat. We have a bona fide TV star with us today. JLejeuneJr., I wanted to tell you a little bit about, was born and raised in the outskirts of New Orleans. He's originally from Louisiana. He's a graduate of Southeastern Louisiana University, and he holds a degree in business management. Now, he's quite the entrepreneur. He owns two Snap Fitness centers. He owns a DJ company called Rocket Productions and also some real estate rental properties. So a very busy guy for such a young man, and we're very excited to have you in studio with us. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great, and it's great to be here with you.
Okay, well, listen, I want to touch upon your business background first because I'm really impressed that such a young guy is so actively involved and owns so many things. That's really, really impressive.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey. I started young at 11, 12 years old. I started in a skating rink DJing, and my parents helped me finance some stuff as I paid them back, and we just went on, and we broke off into some other companies, and it's just things I like to do. You know, I love to entertain, and I've been doing it all my life, and, you know, the gyms, I love to work out. I love fitness. You know, excuse my voice, by the way, I'm scratchy today.
Okay.
But
what's some of the work that some of the people might be familiar with, your DJ stuff? I think you said you had done some work with the Mandeville Seafood Festival, correct?
We did the band breaks. We've done, we do several weddings and things like that, parties, dances, you name it. I do a lot of MC work with it also. So it's not just DJing, you know, it's more of an entertaining type thing.
Okay. And again, that company is Rocket Productions.
Right. And then we broke off to a production company called See Here Productions in 2002 with another friend. And we did several owners with that, but it's full turnkey production.
Okay. So a very busy guy. But the thing that got you the most attention, I would think, is your appearance on VH1's Tough Love New Orleans show. And I have to tell you, I know that's what people are really interested in hearing about. It's great that you have all this business stuff. It's impressive, but that's the part they want to hear.
Oh, yeah. That was quite a journey also. It was fun. It just was amazing.
Well, tell us how all of that started, because I know at first you thought it was a fluke, right?
Well, at first, you know, he found me on Facebook, the casting guy. So it was towards the end of last year, and he sent me a message, and I was like, oh, this is spam or whatever. So I asked the almighty Google, and it came back with several hits on him, and, you know, it was the real deal. So I contacted him, and he said, come in and interview with us. You fit a profile we're looking for. So I went in, and 2 or 3 months passed after that. Didn't hear a call, so I just said, you know, whatever. But like 3 or 4 days before the show filmed, they called me and said, hey, can you be on the first premiere episode? We want you there. And I was like, whoa, cool, let's do this, you know. So I showed up, and we had ended up with 25 guys on top of the riverboat right here in New Orleans. And that's how the first episode started. So we were up there, and they sent the girls up 2 or 3 at a time. And once I realized what the challenge was, it was to get their Mardi Gras bead if they were interested in you. That was my main focus because I'm a fierce competitor.
Well, I was going to ask, explain to people who don't know what the Tough Love show is about. What's the premise of the show?
It's about 8 relationship challenged women from across the U.S. And we had one from New Orleans here too. And, you know, they set them up with guys, and they kind of teach them how to date and love and all this. And they give them different challenges on each episode. So, you know, one, I think they had a buzzer on one of on their legs. So if they said something wrong, they give them a little shock, you know. And while the host, Steve and Joanne, watched, and you know, they would kind of guide them through the dates and things like that. But we met her parents. She's met my parents. We've had, you know, it was 10 episodes I was on altogether. A couple of my favorite episodes. We had a cotillion dinner, and we were, you know, in the tux and the nice gown she had on. And then after that, her and I went on a carriage ride through the quarter, which was really neat. And that was kind of like an episode we were on more of. And then another one was when I was on the hot seat with her, which usually the guys don't get on the hot seat. And then my parents, my dad came on one, my father, and we went on a airboat ride through the swamps, crabbing and all that stuff. And that was just something you never never forget. You know, your dad's with you.
Right.
My mom the next day on the same episode, she had to cook her recipe, and she didn't know it was my mom's recipe.
Oh.
And they brought it out, and then I had to introduce her to my mom and say, by the way, this is my mom's recipe.
And you're saying her. Give us her name.
Stephanie Stasiak
Okay.
is the girl that I was with on every episode. And, we have been dating on and off since, and right now we're on.
Well,
So,
that's good. And I hear people have been asking about that, huh?
it is pretty, it's different when you go out now. One of the reasons it has been off and on is because of all the external pressure. Right after the show, towards the beginning of the show, it makes them look a little bit more not quite ready to date. And people tell me, like, are you really dating her and all this stuff? But by the end of the show, it's like, they're crying if you're not together. She told me the other day, somebody ran up to her in the mall, and it was just when we weren't together, I guess a couple of months ago, they started crying because we weren't together.
It's funny how people get emotionally attached.
Right. And they're just amazed, either if we are or we're not, and they have to know everything about it. And it's just a lot of external pressure. And, the distance, too, we're working on, too. She lives in Dallas.
I was going to ask where she's originally from.
Dallas, Fort Worth. She's a hairstylist, and she has a real good career there, too.
Okay.
So.
Well, how has life changed after TV Stardom? Besides everybody wanting to know if you're dating this one girl.
Yeah. Some doors have opened, a lot of attention, a lot of questions. Hopefully more things will happen. I signed up with an agency after the show to do some additional things, and I got a Chrysler Photoshoot, an international shoot. When you walk in the dealerships, they have the model drivers, and they selected that. So all across the world and Chrysler dealerships, I'll be the driver. And done a couple of extra roles, Treme and things like that, just to try it out, which was fun too. It's all good. I prefer the Tough Love was the funnest out of all of it. That's the best. So.
Well, and when was it on? What period of time?
It was from April 15th till maybe 2 months ago. It's still on VH1.com. You can go watch all the episodes.
I was about to ask if anybody's interested in seeing it, where would they be able to find it?
Yeah, VH1.com, and then you can scroll up to the shows, Tough Love New Orleans, and you probably want to watch it in series starting from episode 1 down, because it is it's a story. So it's a story, and you want to watch it from the beginning, because if you just watch the end, you won't know what happened. It's like
have no understanding of it.
Right, and some of the craziest things about it was having, when you're on a date, first of all, the dates are real short, 20, 30 minutes. Second of all, you have 2 cameras in your face all the time. So, third of all, you don't even know if it's real. You don't know if she's an actress. Every time we're together, the camera is rolling. So we can't pull her off to the side and say, hey, are you an actress? Or she thought the same thing at the end. She didn't know if we were actors. After the show was done, she was like, well, this is actually real, It was way more real than I thought it was.
I remember you saying that. Yeah. You didn't realize what was real and what wasn't.
Yeah. So it was, and after that, she spent some time with me, and she comes in every couple of weeks, and except for our couple of periods we weren't together. She's got some opportunities, too. She was DJing with DJ Pauly D, and she's got a couple of invites to some things she's working on, too. So it's opened some doors for her also.
Well, great. Now, with the Chrysler thing, did you get it, or did you just try out for it?
I did it. I got it.
Oh, awesome. So we'll be seeing those ads soon?
They are print media.
Okay.
So, yeah, they'll be in the dealerships.
Oh, well,
So,
good.
yeah.
Well, when you're all rich and famous, I hope you remember us little people out here.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Keep your fingers crossed.
Oh, well, like I said, I wanted you to be one of the people that we had on our Ones to Watch program, because I feel like my gut tells me you're going to be going places. You're a very, very involved young man, experiencing a lot of success so far. So quite impressive, and we're going to be monitoring you and watching what's happening.
And I've always loved entertainment. I've always wanted to get into some kind of filming, things like this. It's just exactly what I want, So it's awesome.
Well, great. Well, John, thank you so much for visiting us. And actually, we hope you join us again in the future. I'm sure there's lots of things you'll be able to tell us about with media.
I would absolutely love to. It was good to be here.
Okay, great. Well, a little motivation before we end our show. A man who wants something will find a way. A man who doesn't will find an excuse. Be careful out there this weekend in this rain, and we hope that you join us again next week on Friday at 3 for the Mo Show on WGSO. Be safe and dry, everybody. Bye.